So I got this Camp Chef Everest 2X camp stove for Christmas. I've been wanting to upgrade my kit. The old stove that I used wasn't super great in the wind and the cold. So winter camping is a great place to test your gear. It's a harsher environment. It takes a lot more heat to obviously get everything going. And when you're cooking in 18-degree weather, well, you really get to test the gear. So I just wanted to do a real quick test of the Camp Chef Everest 2 stove, let you guys know my thoughts, and show you how I had it set up. So thanks for watching. Enjoy. So I had an old clamshell style stove, and I swapped it out for this Camp Chef Everest 2X. My girlfriend bought it for me for Christmas. And it's actually a great stove. So I used it for the first time this weekend, but I've already got a couple of different meals prepped with it. I did coffee. I did red beans and rice last night. I did biscuits and gravy with the Omnia oven this morning. And I think I've got, okay, so it's not very complicated, right? It's a camp stove, 2-burner. But I swapped out the standard little arm that they send with this with the hose. I always use the hose. I'm not 100% sure that I like it better. The arm that normally comes with it comes out here and then comes off this direction, takes up table space. But if you lay this like that and put the bottle on it, it wants to pull the stove across the table. So I've got to work out a solution. I was thinking about creating a hanger for it, like a bag with a string that ties around this, so that it would sit there and not bother anything. I tipped over my my water earlier today trying to mess with it, but it's a great stove. So a few pros, few cons, like usual, right? So I like the fact that it's nice and beefy. It's got nice little latches here, metal latches, very solid connections, right? Top this up. That is one of the things that I don't like. So I love the fact that it's got a great function as a windscreen, but those bang around even when it's closed. It's going to rattle. So if you've got this in the back seat of your vehicle and you're driving down the road and you're hitting bumps, it's going to rattle. I go off road, so this thing's going to rattle. What I do is put it in one of my waterproof bags, and then I put it in the back so I'm not having to listen to it. But regardless, I'm thinking about a method to fix that. I'm thinking about packing it up with some foam. So if I put some foam pieces here, that would stop it from banging around, I think. So I'm going to give that a shot. My old stove, the clam shell stove, didn't have a windscreen at all. It ran into a few problems, especially in the winter, where you're trying to heat something up and the wind is robbing your heat and it'll blow out your burner sometimes. So the windscreen is phenomenal, and this windscreen, you can see the little pins back here. You can take the side pieces off if you need to clean them or whatever. And then these latches, which I said are very sturdy latches, they're right inside, and then lock that down on either side. So I mean, I think that's phenomenal. So each burner has its own control, and then it has one igniter, so the igniter kicks off either one of them, and that works flawlessly so far. We'll see. I know the igniters tend to go out on a lot of these stoves at some point in time, so we'll see how long it lasts. But it works really well. The temperature control is another huge pro to this. So this stove will run 800 to 4,000 BTUs. So this is a lot like cooking with a jet boil or something. I mean, it really gets hot. But since it'll go down to 800 BTUs, it's got a very fine temperature control, which my other stove didn't have. My other stove basically was on or off. And if you had it on low, what you thought was low, and the wind blew, it would go out. With this stove, yesterday I used it to cook red beans and rice, and that took, I would say 25 minutes. After I brought it to a boil, I covered it and let it simmer for 25 minutes on low flame. the low flame was perfect. I got no burning on the bottom of the pot, and the wind was blowing 11 to 15 miles an hour the entire day, and it did not put the flame out. So the windscreen does a great job. The burners do a great job. It's fantastic. Now, the other important thing about a camp stove is it easy to clean? Because I've already cleaned this twice, and I'll be honest, I didn't do a great job this morning. It was a little cold, but you just lift this grill right out of there. It just sits in those holes, and then it's all nice stainless steel. You just wipe it out. Set this back in there, and we're good. When I made red beans and rice, I got a little sloppy, and I slopped some off the back of the pot, and I was able to just clean it up with sudsy water, and it cleaned up really nice. So this camp stove is definitely an improvement over my old one, and I'm super happy with this. I think it's going to make a great addition to camp. All right, so I made a mistake. I actually forgot the mozzarella cheese, so I'm going to skip doing the stromboli tonight, and I'm just going to go ahead and reheat some leftovers. I got red beans and rice here from last night. I talked earlier about fixing this so that the tank didn't pull the stove off the table. So all I did is loop a piece of zip-it twine around the handle and then around the mechanism. Pretty temporary, but that actually works quite well. So now it's very stable. Also, it's been super breezy, and I'm just thrilled with how well this windscreen works. There are some gaps, so I wasn't 100% sure how that would play out, but and the BTUs on these burners are just crazy. So maybe it's just a combination of the windscreen and the powerful burner. But here it goes. Wind's whipping through. And absolutely nothing. So trust me, my other stove, the burner would have just gone out, or it wouldn't have been doing enough heating to make it worthwhile. So, but and that's a breeze coming from that side. So that's phenomenal. So hey, I'm really impressed with this Camp Chef. This thing is pretty awesome. All right, so after I made this video, I did get another chance to go out winter camping. It'll be the last one for the year, as we just had 87 degrees the other day, but a lot of fun. And I wound up making some changes to my stove setup. So every time that I've gone out, I've actually used these small Coleman 16-ounce tanks to run the stove, and I usually take a couple of them. And on this last trip, I had a full one of these plus another one that was about a half full, and I thought that would be enough, but I was very wrong. So I did run out of propane on the very last day, and I had to heat my water up over the fire and cook my breakfast over the fire. So I decided to look for some alternatives to that. Part of the reason I did a lot of cooking with the Omnia stove, and I also did some gumbo. So I used the stove quite a bit for 3 days, breakfast, lunch, and dinners. It was more than what this could supply. So I picked this up. So this I picked up on Amazon for $150. So it's pretty cool. Comes with a padded case. Comes with a 5-pound tank, which holds 1.2 gallons of propane. This holds 0.236. So that means that this holds 5 times as much as this. So this is like 5 cans. Now, these cans run $36 for a 4-pack on Amazon. So ultimately, if you buy these, most people dispose of them. I've heard that some people will refill them. I don't know. I haven't tried myself, but I always just throw them away. So it's a lot of waste. And basically, if I buy 4 packs of this, I've actually gone and spent as much money as I did buying this. And this only cost me $2 to fill at the U-Haul. So it also comes with this adapter hose. So the adapter hose has the fitting that fits standard propane tanks. And then on the other end, it has this fitting, which fits either the soft hose that I've got that I use on a regular basis. It also fits the metal adapter that comes with the stove. So I always carry this in this bag with all my stuff because I have heard of these regulators going out. So with both of these, I have the option, and this extends my reach by 3 feet. And that's handy because, as I showed in my video, I had problems with the this hose, which is a little shorter. It hangs off the table and it wants to pull the stove off with it. And I did actually tie this piece to the edge of my camp table, but this is even better because now with both of these connected together, I can actually put this propane tank on the ground and it'll reach the stove and I don't have that issue. So let me show you this real quick. It's a really nice setup. So nice padded case with a heavy zipper. It's got a strap. I went ahead and bought 2. That way I can keep them both filled if I have an extended trip. This is very heavily padded. This edge and the bottom edge is covered with this rubberized ring so that it's not scratching the surface of anything if I set it down on my tailgate or whatever. And then with this setup, one of these propane canisters in its bag with the stove, with my Omnia oven and my coffee pot, plus the hoses will all fit into this bag. And this is one of my waterproof right line bags. And I actually take these and tie them to the top of the rack and secure them down when I travel. And it's nice to be able to get everything into a single waterproof bag. It really simplifies my packing. So new system, love it. Take a look into it. It's at $150 on Amazon, includes the case and the hose. Kind of hard to beat. So hey guys, thanks for watching. I'll put some links in the description to some of the items that I showed, and hopefully it'll help you guys with your camping setup. Once again, thanks for watching.